You're on.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, hi folks, this is Michael Wolf, and I have the lovely Trisha Neer behind the camera. Say hi, Trisha.
Hey.
Okay, and she did a glamorous wave too, but you can't see it, of course. I'm gonna start this video out. This video is about the 57 Chevy, which is not really a Chevy anymore. But I wanted to start at least the first 30 seconds of the video and point out the new addition to the shop. This is a 50 Studebaker Starlight Coupe. I just did another video. It's 5 minutes long. Watch it. It'll tell you all about the car and the gentleman who started building it. A really good friend of mine. He was a positive influence in my life growing up. He passed away, and I bought this car from his widow, and I will finish it eventually. Not this year, but let's take a look at what I've been working on. So follow me. Excuse me for the mess. And it's hot. I look kind of hot and miserable. The heat index is 100 right now. This room, of course, I was working on it last spring, and it's cooler because I have 4 inches of foam in the ceiling and in the walls. So at least this room is more tolerable. But anyway, the purpose of the video is the 57, which it's a stretch to call it a Chevy anymore because everything's been changed on it. So I named it the Spartan Fastback, or the Spartan race car, but it's not a race car. I'll make it look like a race car, I think. So friends, I haven't posted a video in a long time. It doesn't mean I haven't been busy. So the rear clip now, which is the top, the quarters, the jams, this is all, I blocked it out with 220 and reprimed it. So we're talking like sand it with 320, maybe light prime it one more time and sand it again with 400, and it's ready to paint. So we're getting close. And what I just finished doing was putting this door back on. I primed the door this morning, and of course the finished product won't squeak, but it squeaks now. But I'm not going to spray WD-40 on it because it's a paint room kind of. But you can see the jams are, I meticulously finished the jams on the car, and all of this work around here, I did the body work. I mean, upside down. I've spent hours and hours and hours on body work on this. And the quarter glass, that you can see this channel right here, the quarter glass slides in, and that's kind of trick. I cut a pattern, but I haven't made the glass yet. And to try to keep things simple, the glass slides down in the door, but there's no regulator in it because it's a little bit short this way. It would have enough room for a regulator, but I'm on a time schedule, and yes, I cut corners sometimes. And after all, I did name this the Spartan, so it's a play on words. It's going to be very Spartan. I got to show you one thing. If I could have the lovely Trisha walk around right here and then put the camera right here. I made this kind of this armrest or grab bar to close the door. And I just love, like, okay, I've got this tubing that comes around here. It sweeps around and kind of angles down. And then it gets to the door, and then I added tubing here. And it makes a 90 degree, and then it flares out, and then it ties into the dash right here. And I think it's really pretty. I cannot wait until this is painted, because I think it's just, as far as the interior goes, it's going to flow really nice. There you can see how it kind of comes through here and then down. And since my last video, every race car, even a pseudo race car, needs a roll bar. And I had a terrible time finding a place to tie into, because after all, everything in here, this car is on a 93 Corvette chassis. A lot of the floor is fiberglass. These are all fiberglass panels. So what I did is I tied in the C4 Corvette. This is where their B pillar was, right here. and I built a box off of that B-pillar. And then this is actually a bumper off an old truck. I just like the shape, how it was rolled on the ends. And then I have a tubing bender, and I bent some 1 3/4 095 wall for a double hoop, and then put some drop backs back to the back. So that's kind of cool. And like I said, I'm gonna paint it and make it look like a race car. Not really a race car, but it'll play the part anyway. And now, let me tell you, I went some different directions on this car, and you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. So I'm sure that I'm gonna have some hateful comments in there, and bring it on. I'm a big girl, I've got thick skin, I can take it, but I wanted to experiment with some asymmetric custom touches. So let me stand here and let the lovely Trisha pan across the back, and you can see the asymmetric touch. This fin is actually probably resembles more, well, it doesn't resemble the 57 Chevy, but as far as the angle of it. But I capped it off and then did like this diamond shape here. Now, this fin over here, I came in and I raised the top of it up off the quarter panel. I brought it back, swept it down, and then dropped down even a little bit lower, and made this little, it's not flush with the roll pan, it just kind of comes down. It's wild, it's crazy, and there's something here for everyone. Like, you might like this side and hate that side, or you might hate that side, or I'm sorry, you might like that side and hate this side. So, but here's the thing, you can only stand and look at the side of the car, one side of the car at a time. So if you don't like that side, don't look at it. Just look at this side and just forget that side's there. But anyway, I also did some asymmetric touches to my fenders in the front. You're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. I don't have the passenger fender sitting on it, and the driver's fender's not even bolted down, it's just sitting there. So that's what's going on there. The back glass, I can use a 58 Chevy back glass, and then the corners just tuck down into these pockets in the quarters. All the body work, like in this ring or in the trough here, it's all like it's flawless. I just agonizing hours just sanding and repriming. It's all shaped in there really nice. So I'm gonna walk up front here, and then I'm gonna open the hood. I'll have the lovely Trisha keep walking around that direction, other direction, or you can come around this direction, it doesn't matter. But I'll just be opposite of you. So, and the hood, it swings forward just like the Corvettes. I use the C4 Corvette latches on the hood and the striker pins. Now, folks, this is a Chevy LT1 engine. You might say, what's an LT1 engine? Well, it's the engine that came before LS engines, and right now LS engines are all the craze, but in the 90s, LT1 engines were all the craze. And this engine, Jimmy got this car brand new. He always serviced it with AMSOIL. I swapped out the intake, changed the valve covers, but inside the engine is so clean it looks like you can eat off of it. Literally, it's so clean. And anyway, this is an Edelbrock intake manifold. This is kind of a taupe color. It's flat, or like a satin. Now this will be the color right here that the roof on the Chevy will be. Okay, and then the valve covers, this is called Murano Green. This is an 89 Porsche color, and this is the color I painted my very first Mustang. So it's not really a turquoise. It's, I mean, or maybe a really dark turquoise, but I'm seeing like green. Sometimes when it's really well lit up, it has a little bit of blue in it. But these are Canton valve covers. Smoke and mirrors, folks. Smoke and mirrors, that's what I have to say. They're great big valve covers. They make it look like a lot of stuff's going on under the hood, but it's actually still just a 350 LT1. Put some MSD products on it. Of course, the LT1s have an OptiSpark distributor, which is down on the crank. Change that out. The new ones they were really prone to problems back in the day, and the new ones, they kind of fix that by adding some vacuum in there to keep the condensation from forming. Anyway, it's once I paint the car, it's going to go together pretty quick. And my exciting news is I have a sponsor for a feature vehicle spot at SEMA. And my sponsor is Pro Gauges. You ought to check their gauges out. Pro, it's all made here in the United States. They're out of Oregon. And I said, I met the Pro crew at the PRI show a couple years ago. And I said, well, how come I haven't heard of you guys? And he said, well, we're like, they do more like OEM stuff, but they're getting it more into the aftermarket things now. And they did gauges for like heavy equipment, big trucks, over the road trucks, that sort of thing. Great gauges, but they're my sponsor for, again, I said feature vehicle spot. Now the application's been submitted to SEMA. Now we haven't heard back the approval yet. I can't see any reason why they would reject it, but as of right now, if I can finish it, which I think I can, I have a schedule, and so far I'm sticking to it, but as of right now, Trish and I are going to go across America, or at least half of it, in an epic road trip and drive this to SEMA, put it in the show. We're going to have a great time. It'll be so exciting. And folks, my dad's coming through with a lawnmower here in just a minute, so then it'll make it harder for you to hear me. So I'm just going to zip my lips on that. I think I'm going to just tell you I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment below, and even the hateful ones, bring it on. So talk to you later.